Hello Gloucester City fans, and welcome to your weekly club preview show. Today we have Mike Cook and we also have Danny Wright.
Right, Mike, of course, Chester this weekend. What are you thinking of the challenges ahead?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough game. Watched them in the video against three teams. Look decent team, actually well organised. Try and play a little bit. Strong midfield, I think. So any away game in our league's tough. So it's going to be a tough afternoon. And if we get a couple of our injuries back, then that'll make it a little bit easier for us, I think.
Yeah, obviously Chester haven't played them yet, so obviously a lot of analysis we've done on videos. Just how much is going in preparation-wise, because it's going to be a tough game.
Just the usual, really, which is looking at the style of play. Probably a bit more interested in the style of play rather than team shape and what their formations are, because it gets in and out of shape all the time when you're playing in a game situation. But if you know that they're going to be playing it long, or in their case, they probably mix it up a little bit, and they've got some good players in the middle of the park which we need to be aware of, and either try and get in amongst them with stop and playing, or making sure that we've got responsibilities out wide to maybe hurt them a little bit more than us, really. So it should be a good game.
Yeah, obviously this is a rearranged fixture, adding Chorley's now been moved to the following Tuesday. Big schedule coming up. How are you going to manage players during?
Tough at the moment, but luckily we brought in a couple of players today as well, for numbers basically, that we were short on. I think 2 days ago we were down to 9 fit players, including on the sort of Tuesday night training session. So we've got a few more back, which makes it a little bit easier. We're still trying our socks off to get a centre forward in at the moment, and a couple of loans which will help with that.
Yeah, obviously injury front as well, and illness. A few picked up against Southport, and Danny and Harry. How's everyone getting on?
We're going to have to leave it to the last minute, I think, for a couple of them. So we don't want to give too much away for the opposition. There's Spencer's definitely out, Tyrone's definitely out, Liam Cross definitely out. They're all sort of long-term injuries that we're looking at least the next 3 weeks to a month. So that's going to be them, probably looking at the end of February, I would think, for those. And then we've just got a couple of colds and flus and things like that, really, which is why we were a bit short on Saturday. The couple of loans that's come in today, we've got one loan in from Aston Villa, Teddy Rowe, just come in, signed this afternoon as well. Exciting midfielder, joins in, creates, and looks an entertaining player. And then we've got Brandon Leggett as well. He's coming in a little bit short with midfielders, so we thought we'll boost them up if we can't get the forwards in that we want. And the way that we play, I think, possibly for those two coming into it, being attack-minded and trying to get some goals from different positions and not leaving everything up to the centre forwards, with Pinch chipping in and Anksy, looking for Harry Emmett to chip in with a couple of goals now. Alfie's done it. So if we can get other areas of the pitch that chip in with their fair share of goals over the course of the next sort of 3 or 4 months, then I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, how nice was it to get a few of those loans over the line, obviously with a few issues we've had with getting players in throughout the last few weeks?
Yeah, a bit of a relief, if I'm honest, because you've got the process of finding, doing your research, profiling the players that you want, and then phone up the clubs. Clubs are happy for them to go out, and then it's down to the player whether they do. If they say yes, and then the agent says no, which we've had a couple of agents that have scuppered deals over the last couple of weeks. It's been infuriating, to be honest. So I just think at this level of football, I think it's a great level for everybody. If you're playing 21s football or 18s football, I think this is a proper professional league, where you've got some great players in it, and it's a great standard of football. You've got a lot of good coaches, good managers. So I think it's an excellent learning ground for the inexperienced player coming through who's looking to get some football league experience later on in their career. So.
Yeah, and obviously you mentioned you got a few of the younger loans in. Just how is it knowing that you can trust a lot of the young players with Ben Beresford doing so well, Harry Leeson coming in doing well, and obviously Zach as well.
Yeah, I mean, I won't lie to you because they're all a bit of a gamble, to be honest. Because if you've got somebody like Ben, we need to sort out what his strengths and weaknesses were in that first couple of weeks. Thought he came in initially, done really well, got ill, tailed off a little bit, so he was a bit in and out. But I think he's a big presence, and if we haven't got Righty playing, he's one of those that can fill in for us. He'll run his socks off for you. He'll get you a goal. He'll challenge and make it an awkward afternoon for I think who's ever marking him. But he's still, he's a rough little diamond at the moment. He's shown some really, really good things in games, and then he's got some things to learn, and that's what the position that we're in. If clubs are going to help us out with getting them in loan, then first and foremost we've got to play them, and we've got to trust them as well. So it's sometimes you don't always get that balance right. But I think with in particular with Ben, I think it's worked out well for him so far.
Yeah, we've also seen it with a few players. Obviously, as you mentioned, with the injury list piling up, how important is it to have all these versatile players we've seen recently, like Harry haven't been able to fill at left back, Louis at right back? How important is that going to be in the next few weeks?
Yeah, we would have been stuffed without him really. So it's nice dealing with players like Harry that if you say you play left back, he just says yeah, fine, I want to play. So it's a great attitude to have. And he's got us out the stuck a couple of times. So I just think we're not going to have a squad like other teams have got, 24, 25, 26 players. We'll be lucky when everybody's fit that we get about 19 in there, and then obviously picking out that with a couple of injuries, even if you have 2 or 3, then you're down to 16 straight away. And on this particular week, I think it was around about 6 or 7 of them, which were the coughs and colds and a bit of injury. So this time of year, you'd expect other teams to get that as well. So that's the thing that you cling into on games, is that you're hoping that affects the other teams, like it has done with us. So we're just going to have to crack on with it. We're not making excuses. You've asked me the questions to who's fit, who's not. So we're just telling you how it is really at the end of the day, and we have to get on with that. We know that. What we haven't got is bundles of money to just go in and get who we want to get in, and that's tough for us. But that's where the club is at the moment.
Yeah, and just one last thing. You mentioned I mentioned about how the late goals have been an issue all throughout the season. Obviously, shone through against Southport twice this season. What's trying to be done to stop it, really?
Well, I just think that when we first come in, it was easy to blame not being fit, and I think that we've addressed that up to a certain point. If you look at Saturday's game as an isolated game, you'd say having Righty come off at half time with a calf strain sets us back. Pinch then coming off with still 20 minutes to go with the flu and COVID, and then you've got Zach hobbling around the goal with his dead leg, and if he's fit, I don't think any of those goals are conceded, and we win the game, and we're sort of got another couple of points that maybe we deserve. So however, there's certain things that you can work in training. I think sometimes it's a little bit psychological, about mental strength and a bit of resilience. I think sometimes it's just being a bit ruthless and brutal with the ball, and maybe not playing so much and chucking it in behind defenders, and then kicking out of play, whatever it is, just being a little bit more savvy with things like that. But overall, if you'd have said at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning, you're going to get a point out of today, then you'd go, well, a point's a lot better than nothing. But because we were 2-0 up, and we looked like in that last sort of 20 minutes that possibly if we could have hung out for another sort of 5 or 6 minutes, we'd have obviously got all the points, I think. But it's difficult because you're dealing with a couple of players as well that I think are maybe not cut out for this level as well, and we're playing them in some places that it's difficult for them and a bit challenging. But if that's all we've got and we've got to crack on with it, then that's what we'll do.
So Danny, a good few weeks on a personal level. How are you feeling at the moment?
Yeah, good. So I'm hoping after the injury Saturday, I'm hoping no reaction tonight for the game at the weekend. So yeah, good level. On a personal level, would have liked a goal or two more over the last month or so, but nice, and a point or two more would have been nice as well. But there's plenty of positives to build on for us, and I think we can take that on to this weekend.
Yeah, obviously you say you wouldn't mind a few more goals, but you've got a few goals obviously after a pretty lead spell early on. How good has it been able to score in front of the home crowd?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I think all the goals have been at home this year, haven't they? Which is nice because you always get a good celebration when you're scoring. But yeah, it's like I've had my injuries at the start of the season. I had my issues going on to get me to work, but at the moment I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fit, performing well, playing a part for the team, and as all of us are, we're doing that. We're looking more like a team, playing better together, and I'm not sure we've got the results we deserved. Some of the games over the last few weeks, probably away at Hereford, we got what we deserved, the draw, luckily in the end. But yeah, it's plenty of positives, like I say, going into this week coming up, next few games, and then a run of fixtures where we think it's going to be a lot of teams in and around us picking up points. So yeah, it'll be a big month or so for us, and we're looking forward to the challenge.
Yeah, obviously, everyone seems to say you had a few injuries and whatnot. What do you think changed into what sparked you into a bit of better form? Do you reckon it was just something clicking, or was it just?
Well, I was having the issue with my foot at the time. It's having numbness in my foot, and we had to take some weeks off just to get it right, because it wasn't doing me or the team any justice. Keep trying to plough through it. So we got that fit, we got that right. Feeling good out on the pitch. Obviously the new gaffers came in and playing a more positive football, and we're looking more like we're going to score goals in games. The trick is to score more than the opposition at the minute, and hopefully we can do that going forward. But yeah, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling positive, and the lads are hopefully feeling like that as well, and we're looking to pick up the points and get up that table.
Yeah, just the last one. We spoke to Ben last week, and he said about the great relationship you two have got, obviously, age difference and different styles and areas of your career. Just how much have you enjoyed having Ben around, and he's assisted him on Saturday?
Yeah, he's a great dad, to be fair. He reminds me a lot like myself when I was his age. So any help I can give him and any advice I can give him on and off the pitch to help with his career, that's kind of part and parcel of your job when you become a bit of a senior pro. But yeah, he's a good kid, he's willing to learn, and he's willing to put in the work to make a successful career for himself. So yeah, let's enjoy him while he's here and scoring goals for us, and hopefully we can complement each other on and off the pitch and get us some points.